free and peeling, and I'm just about to have some dinner. I'm in the hospital bed all day and I just feel quite tired. And I think the doctors will be in tomorrow to do the review, hopefully the MRI. Did some more samples, gave me some samples today, so hopefully it'll be
delivery drivers, I've ordered it next week. Oh my love. You know. I'll find out. Do you want, I think it's cabbage. Yeah? Can you see that? Right, basically, I've ordered another delivery, for yeah. Yeah, what I'm saying is I've ordered it and they're going to leave it by the front door so you can just get on with what you're doing.
Hey love, can I come in?
Yeah.
Could
I have coffee, please?
Coffee dinner?
Yeah.
You want to chop it up for you?
Just milk and coffee.
No sugar?
You want to have a go with Lydia again?
Yeah. Oh, they don't know how to stop it.
How to,
Stop it.
what, stop you on?
Packaging.
Oh, well you just say you want them to leave it there for a bit longer, if you think you will later. They just take it where you think you don't want it.
No, I don't, because it's packaged.
No, you're not a fan. Okay, do you want to give it a bit of a try, or?
Thank you.
Let it be. Okay, well, your family did. It's brilliant, fine. You have a go then instead?
Would you like a tea or coffee, love?
Sorry,
Would you like a tea or coffee?
I'd like a coffee, please.
Coffee, yeah. Any milk, any
Right,
sugar?
there you go.
Milk or sugar?
No,
Right,
no sugar,
sweetheart.
The tidiest things to eat.
Neither am I.
Oh gosh.
So, I'll give you that, if you want to give it a go. So it's still got foil, careful with the foil, you don't want to chew on that.
Yeah.
Yeah? And see how you do. Do you want me to separate the foil? There you go. Yeah, you've got it, yeah.
Coffee's here for you, love.
Thank you.
No worries. Hey love, would you like a tea or coffee?
Another tea, please, not strong. Not strong, darling. Oh, it's not too much sugar. Strong, just wash it down, please. Oh, that's a big one. Like a flow like this. It's like a flow monthly.
Any sugar in this, love?
And have 1.5 sugar, small half, please. How strong is it?
No.
You do this, you know, so.
over there, so.
So, 27
That one's delayed. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I got the doxycodone, so I know.
So I'm thinking I should try and get
Your gabapentin's on your evening
Before.
prescription.
although I did that yesterday and I didn't get to sleep today.
Yeah, it's not coming up on your
Whereas
6
Oh, it's
before,
half five. Yeah, I
I
get
didn't
them
go
at 6
at
o'clock.
all.
Or
I
at 6. Yeah, I
got
get
to
them at
sleep
6
really
o'clock.
quickly. So
And then the other one, okay, because then it's 8 o'clock.
I'd quite like to go to
I
Morrison's
think
and
it's
get
coming up
some
for later in the evening though,
What
the
do you mean the age?
the gabapentin.
comes out.
me
6
just
o'clock and
outside
at
and
6.
drink my chocolate
Control
milk.
will come at 8 o'clock. 20 mil.
Okay, I can
I'm
have a
doing some
look on
You
your
have
blood
one,
show.
test
yes,
tomorrow,
wrong,
which
maybe,
will be
let me get some.
difficult. So I'm just hoping that it won't be too painful. And I'll sleep well tonight, and then the symptoms will be gone in the next couple of days. MRI will be done. Neurogynae will give their clinical opinion, and then
And yes, it is, and
they
say,
can discharge me.
I'm not injection now. Take me first. That's for the blood.
But it's been good to hear
Yeah.
the
Well,
other
but
patients
you're
in
doing
this
your own,
ward
then I'm out,
working
you know,
My arms are painful, yeah.
late last night. She went back with her husband and child, and then
Can I say?
there's a few more in here. There's 4 patients in here. So I need to ask if the technician comes back, I'll ask him about how to get the telephone to work, because it would be good. I don't know if anyone's tried to call me, but I wouldn't have received phone calls from anyone. And then it would also be good to go and get, I'm quite tempted to maybe go back to my flat and try and get my sleep mask. Maybe get a taxi there and back, because it would make me sleep a lot easier if I had a sleep mask. I think it would be worth the trip, and maybe also get some clean, maybe put this in the wash, and then get some clean clothes. Sleep masks, and maybe even bring, I've got a huge carton of orange juice which I could bring, but the only problem is I think orange juice irritates your bladder, so I'm not sure about the orange juice, but it would be good to get some more vitamins whilst I'm here. But yeah, I've washed my hair, conditioned my hair, so it's feeling quite soft. And I just hope that everything can be resolved soon and it won't come back. I hope that this is just a terrible infection that I caught, and then I had a very low immune system, but now because I'm gymming it and eating more vegetables and having a more balanced diet, hopefully the infection won't come back. I think I might have pelvic inflammatory disease, because it feels like there's so many areas of my pelvis that have had abnormalities in scans and things, and that's why I want to have a multi-parametric MRI, a pelvic multi-parametric MRI scan, because then if nothing came back after that, then they would have it back up. Like, you have to go by evidence, and at the moment I've got on my website, I've got all these documents. So I've got a report which says which suggests highly I've got an infection. And I've got another one which says the same. In private laboratories, then I've got an emergency doctor's appointment which was booked, which I couldn't attend, but that also is evidence that something's going on. Trapped here high epithelial cells and white blood cells. I've got another report which diagnoses me with an infection of the bladder that involves colonisation of the cells of the urothelium. So I've got like quite a lot of evidence here. And this is all my evidence that as to why I should have the multi-parametric MRI scan. But I appreciate that they've got their contradicting evidence, and at the moment, on the balance of probabilities, you'd have to prove beyond reasonable doubt that I don't have an infection at the moment. With all this evidence, I don't think you can do that. So I think it would be best to do the MRI, and then everyone would have the answers that they need to know what's really going on, if there is really any pelvic inflammation, because the pelvic inflammation could be ovarian, fallopian, uterine, it could be in my genitourinary system, you know, it could be, you know, generalized, or it could be localized. We just don't know until we've done that multi-parametric MRI scan. And I think that, you know, this is not just me saying, oh, I've had some foot pain, can we do an MRI of my foot? This is like me making this request for a multi-parametric MRI after a year plus of acute symptoms, 2 years plus of a proven infection, and 3.5 years of postnatal pelvic symptoms. So I think there are good grounds to do the multi-parametric MRI. Once that's done, that's one thing that has been ticked off. I mean, ultimately, it's like a court case where you've got one party versus the other. I mean, we're all supposed to be working in the patient's best interest, but they are also looking at costs, funding, time, emergencies. But it's kind of like a court case, and like at the moment, I think on the balance of probabilities, both parties that, you know, have their evidence. And I think that MRI would be the clinching factor in proving whether there is or isn't pelvic inflammation. Or it could be that it was when I arrived, or isn't now because of the antibiotics which are working, in which case I carry on them. Or if not, they might want to put me on something else. And if we did the MRI along with the blood tests, make sure the blood tests are thorough for like liver function and kidney function. And then I'm going to get my private results back from that extended swab in a week. So then there'd have been like quite a wide range of different testing done, you know. So the MRI, see what that says, the blood tests, see what those say. I've just given in more samples today. I've done my own private samples. So whatever comes back out of those will, you know, give us the answers. But it is quite difficult because I don't often see the reports, and I don't often see the imaging results or the pictures, and I don't often see the reports uploaded or the blood tests. I don't know which blood tests have been ordered. I don't know. Even today I've given in the swabs, but I don't know if they're the right swabs to test for what these reports are showing. I'm hoping they are. So because there's a lot of uncertainty, which is just the way it is, it's just the way it is. But it means that it's difficult, you know. I think it would be useful if the patient and the doctor had that ability to both understand each other, so that the patient could believe the doctor when they say, oh, there's nothing wrong. But when there's a lot of information that's withheld, it's hard for me to say, okay, that's great, off I go. Because I genuinely believe I'll be back in 2 weeks. I believe I'll be back in 2 weeks. And I heard the next door patient saying as well, you know, and there was someone else in this ward saying, you want to make sure you're well when you leave so that you don't have to come back. Because you could take 4 steps forward with all the physical recovery, the medicine, the support, the treatment, but then if you go out there and you've still got a lingering infection or the root cause hasn't been addressed, then you'll just end up coming back and you'll probably have taken 10 steps back again. And also, if the infection is fully treated, it might not come back. And that means there'll be less resources used, less, you know, less resources, less funding. I just would have thought it was in the best interest to just really, really make sure that each and every symptom is investigated for an acute pelvic infection. You know, I'm not exactly saying like test everything. Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, thank you. Thank you. yeah, I'm not saying I have tried to narrow it down, and there's things I could ask for. Like, for example, I could be asking, please, can you do a, what's it called, an enterography MRI, which would be an enterography MRI is an MRI of the small intestine, based on the fact that they found a polyp when they did the flexible sigmoidoscopy. Would probably be a reasonable request, but I deliberately haven't made it because it's like, that's not why I'm here, and that's not I know what a symptom is that's affecting my daily life and stopping me from doing things, and like, colonoscopy stuff, it might be causing me damage, but it's not. It's something I can live with. I've had those symptoms for 10 years of like some kind of bowel disorder, or SIBO or something. I've had those symptoms for 10 years, but I can live with them, but these ones, the reason why I'm here is because I genuinely could not live with these symptoms I was having, and like my ex-partners will vouch for the fact that, the those symptoms I just mentioned are pretty bad. They are pretty impactful, but nowhere near as what I've experienced in the last year. Nowhere near as bad. Nowhere near as bad. But I'm not asking for that, and like, I get agony in my feet. I know I've got a ruptured nerve in my foot, which should have been removed 6 years ago in surgery, where I should be having injections in my knees for the arthritis. I get really bad hip pain. There's something wrong with my lower back. Something, I get terrible bloating that probably needs looking into, but I haven't asked for any of those things because I've been a patient with the NHS my whole life, and I know that you have to focus in on one thing. So I just want to do a multi-parametric pelvic MRI, and then hopefully you won't see me back in the hospital or even at my GP for another 4 years. Literally, before I had all these health issues after giving birth, I never went to the GP. Never did I go to the GP. I know how important having a fit, healthy lifestyle is, and I just focus on that. That's where my time goes, on running, classes, gym, cooking. That's the best prevention against disease and illness. But truly, if I am suffering from an acute infection, then I do truly need to get that treated, because that has like long-term consequences and repercussions for all sorts of things, namely fertility, reproductive health, and also just generally can lead to organ failure, can lead to sepsis. And I just need to know that I don't have it, and I can't think of any other way to double check that, because of the fact that it's obscure bacteria. I don't think that there's any way to check it than to do the MRI. So hopefully I've put a good enough case forward of all the documents I've provided, and hopefully they will do the MRI. And then I won't have to keep asking, and we'll just enjoy our summers and not have to worry about.
I'm trying to get the other pen to go
I'm supposed to have it now. I couldn't have it last
We'll see
night
how it goes.
because, can I have a fork, please?
We'll see how
Excuse
it
me,
goes.
Yeah, I'll get you one.
It's the dosage. I'm looking for it in the cupboards because
See
there's
how
no
it
one stock,
goes.
so I am
Yeah,
looking
I
for
know
it.
that. I know what happened because I can't have it any later. Because the doctor was in last night. It was all mixed up because I didn't get it. And I can't have it. I usually get around 6 or half 6. And now it's going up on 6 o'clock. And look, later it's going up on 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get it for you.
Yes. And that, all of them comes together with my gabapentin.
Yeah, okay.
And
Just
then with the, yeah,
listen to me.
I'm listening.
So the reason why I didn't see it before was because it's prescribed at 8 o'clock on your chart, but I know by
That's
looking
a
that people
mistake,
have
that's
been,
a
yeah, I know, but by looking at it,
Yes,
I know that people have been given it at 6.
always at 6.
Yeah.
I never ever get it at 6 because it's too late to eat. And then I won't get it because I call drugs at 8 or half 8.
Yeah.
They give it to me before they go off, or else I have to wait across the station, that's it, when I start on it.
Yeah, I understand that, yeah.
Okay, darling,
Right,
thank you.
the problem I'm facing now is that I'm trying to look around the board
Please,
for
yeah,
the tablets,
yeah,
so
and
I
there's all
am,
the others with
I
this
am
way.
looking for you.
Pull in this way, okay.
There's another tablet in here for you.
Yeah, there's the another evidence.
Also as well, we got some delivery of the gel.
Oh, that's the wrong one again.
Well,
I didn't see, that's, what else have I got besides that?
that's the only one
That's
that
the
they
wrong
sent
one,
you.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That's the wrong one, I've loads of creams that I'm not getting. I've body cream, I've sensitive skin, dry skin, and it's all flaking now, because I haven't had the cream from my body for ages.
Yeah.
And I've Nino cream as well, Nino cream I haven't got. Yeah, what's that?
So that's the valve for the
Yes,
calcium.
that's what's called, no, it's not the blood chaps, that's Stepford. It's not blood chaps, it's Stepford. That's another name as well, but it's not that.
Oh,
I
it
know.
says it on there, yeah.
From the chemist, yeah. That chemist down there, I told you about the bulb show, she's nicked out the cupboard. So who the hell done that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know,
yeah,
darling, it's
I
like,
don't
you
know.
weren't here then.
Yeah.
No, okay,
But
so.
let me just try and find the
Don't need them
gabapentin for
to,
you.
there's a few of them with it, there's something else with it as well. You've got the paracetamol and the other ones. There's the big paracetamol and there's two ones. Yeah, to make full spread. I know what's there.
Yeah.
I know what's there. There's the
But
paracetamol.
that's all the paracetamol you
I know,
prescribed.
I know, that's all I'm only prescribed because of hospital. Yeah, this is, I can't do that, never take that, that's not.
I'm gonna find the
Thank you,
gabapentin for you.
sweetheart.
I don't know if the reason I'm sweating so profusely is because of the fact I had the adverse reaction to the penicillin. I'm still on it with the antihistamines. Or whether it's just because it's hot in here because it's hot outside. Or because I'm ill with the flu. I don't know what's causing it, but I feel like I'm literally dripping. So I need to stay hydrated, so I'm just trying to have a lot of, as much water as possible to stay hydrated. Because as I say, I'm not really that much of a high maintenance girl. I want this infection gone as much as the next person, so I didn't kick up a fuss and say, oh no, I don't want to go back on the penicillin because I got a really itchy chest and it's still making my chest itch, which is the sign of an adverse reaction. I didn't say that, I just said, suck it up, I can manage, it's okay. I'd rather suffer for a few weeks and have the infection cured than have to inconvenience the doctor to find a different medicine, which they weren't as certain about, and then it just all takes time and, you know. But yeah, I'm just wondering why I'm so hot, because I'm literally, like, absolutely boiling. I feel like they need to, the NHS needs to be provided with the funding to get air conditioning. I really think that would be very, very helpful for this ward to have an air conditioning unit. But I'm okay with that, I don't need it. I'm just trying to think if I've got a fan at home that I could bring in. Like a fan in the corner of the room would be quite helpful. And I'm going to have to ask again for the ascorbic acid, which Dr. Kazan prescribed me, which I should be taking with methamphetamine, took today, as well as some Gaviscon, because I'm not moving around as much. I'm getting really bad indigestion, and it's not particularly pleasant. So I need to just keep asking. I'm the sort of person, I'll only ask for stuff if I'm desperate. You know, I think this is evidence of like how little I'm chasing these two things that I need to ask for 3 days up, because I'm just like, I'm waiting for these referrals, I'm waiting for them, I'm grateful to have medical care, and I don't want to keep asking for stuff. But that just shows that it is out of character when I am demanding, because usually I just get on with life, do my own thing, head down, focus on what I need to do. I don't often ask for help. So when I do ask for help, I do really need it. And I was 39 weeks pregnant, and now. So, yeah. I'm not central. Oh, hi.
Hey, sorry to bother you.
That's okay. Just finished my apple crumble.
Okay. Just figuring everyone would be finishing or finished the dinners, because I didn't want to be bothering you while you're eating.
Oh no, you won't. I just still have my coffee to drink, but I've had the main and the dessert.
Well, it's also just we have concept of protected meal times where people get to eat and we don't bother them, and the doctors shouldn't come visiting either during that time.
Oh, that's really nice. That's a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
I was just wondering about the prescription of the ascorbic acid, because I know that Dr. Suzanne recommended prescribing it to me to have alongside the methenamine hyperate, because it helps it absorb into the blood.
Are you waiting on hearing about it?
Yeah, I think someone ordered it a few days ago, but I'm not sure if it's arrived.
Take note of that.
Thank you. How's my blood pressure? Is it okay?
Oh yeah, one's very tasty. Keep all the notes on.
Oh, thank you.
Are you in any pain at all?
I'm getting quite an itchy chest, but that is because the penicillin now, I did have an adverse reaction to it on the first day, and they stopped me on it because it was quite a severe reaction. Like my chest was like I was literally just having to scratch it, it was so itchy. And now they're prescribing me the antihistamines, but it's still causing a lot of itchiness. And then I get really bad indigestion symptoms as well, so that causes me a lot of pain. And then my back's quite painful. And I've got really always had like constipation headaches.
Do you want me to ask some pain
Probably a
relief?
7 inch. Yes, please, that would be great.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done, Milo.
Oh, thank you, that was really nice.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Would you like me to go?
Are you okay? Are you helping out? It feels sore. Okay, we'll have a look. I'll grab the nurse so we can have a look together, okay?
All done here? All finished? You haven't touched it yet? Would you still like to keep it there?
I'll leave it there for now.
Yeah.
Just one last thing. This recliner bed here is really amazing. The sheet keeps coming off, but it's like really everything I ever knew that I needed and have always been missing, which is to have my back supported and also my legs my legs elevated. It's really, really nice. Makes a huge difference. I think I'm a bit too high up with the back, so I'm just gonna put it down a little bit.
Yeah, get a bit more cool.
There we go. That's better. I still need to be able to drink the coffee though. So this is just sheet and there you go. Now the pillow's fallen down the side. Oh dear. I'm able to grab it. No, I'm not going to be able to grab it. I'm not going to be able to grab it. I've decided against listening to the radio today or watching TV. I just felt like I needed some peace and silence and stillness, just because sometimes life gets so noisy and loud and you just have to reel it back in, quiet the thoughts in your mind, be at one with your true being. That's what I've done today. No sounds, no radio, no TV, no podcast, no music. Just me, myself and I. Me, myself and I, and all the other patients of the ward.